The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals, proudly brings to you the Chicagoland 140 live from Joliet, Illinois in Iracing. This broadcast also being brought to you by TDA Motorsports. TDA Motorsports proudly sponsored by the Disabled American Veterans Association. DAV is an all-volunteer fleet of non-critical medical transport for America's veterans. On more information on how you can get involved, go to DAV.org. This broadcast also being brought to you by David Llewellyn and the DHL Express. Hoot Baker. Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites. And promotional consideration paid for by Motorsports Graphic Designs. For all your in-sim graphical needs, you got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car, Motorsports Graphic Designs. Chicagoland 140, DW12 Season 2. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. Still waiting to see who the victim's going to be that they're going to make be race control. As qualifying underway right now. Bear with me, folks, as we still got some teething issues going on here. So, and just like that, we're back. So Mike Whitaker, defending DW12 Series champion, going quick time so far, 24:7.66. David Llewellyn going 1/1000th off the pace. Jose Levis 4 thousandths back. You basically throw a blanket over the top 12 right now. Is first to 12th is exactly 1/10 of a second. So, should be an interesting race. I would like to apologize for those of you who were looking for a broadcast on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I had some family commitments that I could not get out of. Funny little story, though. Right about the time that the race was going to start, I had to go to South Carolina to help my mom out. And we pull into the parking lot of the hotel. I'm having trouble getting my bad leg to stretch. Mom jumps out. She goes to grab the luggage. Doesn't even look. Just wings open the back of the SUV. And all of a sudden I hear crunch. Oh, no. What was that? She goes, "What's in your black backpack?" Oh, crap. That's my laptop bag, ladies and gentlemen. So, my laptop took a header out of the back of Mom's SUV last Tuesday. So, qualifying, getting ready to wrap up here at Chicagoland. I just figured I'd share that with you folks as we're waiting for the last few stragglers to straggle in, as you will. So far, 20 cars taking time. Still have a handful waiting to take time. 25 cars here tonight, ready to do battle. And again, it's a good mix of the rookies and the veterans, as we have Mike Whitaker, David Llewellyn making up row number 2, Jose Olivas and Ronnie Osmer. And Ronnie, while he's not a quote rookie, because he did run quite a few races with us last season, Ronnie is one of the young gunners in the league. He's with Jose Olivas. Both those guys getting the call up from the Pro Mazda series. And if you would like to see some action on the track with the ISL, we do ask that you run a handful of Pro Mazda races so we can just make sure that you understand what we're looking for as far as being able to run side by side on an oval. So just go ahead and drop a comment below with your Iracing screen name, and we'll be sure to pass it along to the league admins. So We're going to turn this over to the pre-race drivers meeting, I believe.
So he's not here, so I guess I get to do the pre-race. Everybody pretty much knows the rules, so I'm just going to go over them briefly. No fake pitting, no apron driving. The apron is off limits. You will get penalized for it. No passing before the start-finish line, no blaming each other, or race control. Call your pits before you exit turn 2, enter the pits before turn 3, and exit on the back straight. Also, it doesn't look like we have race control tonight. He's another guy that's having power problems. So we're not going to have anybody giving EOLs or lap penalties for causing incidents. But there will be a race review. The competition committee will look at the race, and there will be penalties. And if we feel like somebody's taking advantage of a no race control issue tonight, then the penalties will be that much stronger. Other than that, have a good race. Let's try and show some respect for each other out there, and let's try and get it finished.
And guys, while there might not be race control, there are admins in this room.
Keep in mind, the setup pulls up like a rocket. Be ready for the end of the ride.
Alex not in here tonight?
Alex went to the race at Martinsville. He's on his way home. I don't think he's going to make the race, but he might jump into race control if he gets back before it's over.
Yeah, guys, just as a heads up, there might not be a quote-unquote race control, but there are admins in the room that will handle the truly unruly of what happens tonight.
So I actually just talked to Alex. He just got off the line with me. He will be home momentarily, and he is planning on doing race control once he gets home and logging in. But he'll be in the control booth tonight.
All right, so there we have it. Alex Green is on his way home. So Mike Whitaker, David Llewellyn going to make up row number 1. As I bring up the standings so I can actually read them. Bear with me here. So Mike Whitaker going pole, David Llewellyn starting outside row number 1. Jose Olivas and Ronnie Osmer are going to make up row number 2. Row 3 is going to go to Kevin Pasquich and Brad Truax, with Carlos Plaza and Bob Lacavara making up row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Gary Bauer and Nate Dean, with David Gervais, not recognizing that name. I believe he ran with us a few times in the past, but it's been sporadic. He's going to be joined with Mark Carpenter on row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Jason Coburn and Ray Zirkett, with row 8 going to Isaiah Dupree and Tony Rice. Terry Adams and Bill Roberts going to make up row number 9. So the teammates going to be starting side by side, hoping to get up there to help their other teammate Mike Whitaker and their other teammate Bob Lacavara. So then we have Johnny Antonucci and Tyler Graff starting in row 10, with row 11 going to Dylan Moskowitz and Tyler Vickery. And as I take a look, Dominic Byrne, Cody Eldred, and Chris Bouchard all not taking time. So just about 30 seconds left before we start to grid this thing up. So if you need to use the little driver's room, I would do so now. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with what you're seeing, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in attempt to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. 140 laps of scheduled distance here tonight. As we have now just moved on, pace car on track now. As I am trying to find, there he is. And why do they have to make it so difficult at this track to get a good camera view? It's about as good as it's going to get. So, ladies and gentlemen, the race. Now, I would like to point out, last time you saw the DW12s go at it, it was a less than stellar, shall we say, performance. But from what I'm being told, this particular track is really well suited to these cars. Every time we've come to Chicago, in both series, to be honest with you, we've just had unbelievably close competition, and it's been one of the better races of the year. You know, this is really and let's see if Trading Paints is gonna yet again screw me. But let's find out. Still waiting on Trading Paints to do its thing as the pace car starts to roll off. We're just going to make sure that we are live and in charge. Yes, we are. So Whitaker and Llewellyn, a lot of history between those two running in this league. Is they were two of the originals that ran season 1. And then you've got, starting right behind him, Jose Olivas. This is his first full season with the big cars. Ronnie Osmer, his first full season with the big cars, although he did run quite a few races with us this past season. And I believe that's Kevin Paskowitz blinking, so waiting on an update right now from Trading Paints. It looks like everything, that's as updated as Trading Paints is going to get, so whoever pointed that out, NMP. And Whitaker's back to his normal paint scheme. Alright, pace car ready to duck on in, and here we go. Whitaker pulls the trigger, green flag comes out, and we are live from Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois, the iRacing version, of course. Olivas getting a great jump, jumping into this number 2 slot. As right now we're just waiting for, there it goes, David Llewellyn's paint updating. As the top 3 have started to walk away a little bit, Kevin Paskowitz got a little bit of a buffer melt between he and they, as Brad Truex working the outside of Paskowitz now, back in his familiar purple and white scheme. So, getting ready to start lap 3 with Whitaker, Olivas, Llewellyn going side by side with Olivas going into turn number 1. Olivas is going to have the preferred line, and Llewellyn better this is going to get ugly. You got the blinking Kevin Paskowitz going side by side with David Llewellyn. This could only end poorly, I fear. And we have Carlos Plaza, who was going quick time during hot laps, currently sitting in the number 5 slot. So that's your top 5 with Whitaker, Olivas, Llewellyn, and Paskowitz. Truex, Lacavera, Dean, Gervais, and Osmer rounding out your top 10. And I'm surprised these guys are giving each other as much room as they are, as Llewellyn I believe he lost Paskowicz for a second and just drove up the track to make sure he stayed off him and was able to stay off the wall as well. As Paskowicz and Olivas get into it, and there's the first one.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Sorry, that was Paskowicz and Plaza that got into it. Oh, a lot of good cars getting involved in that one. Gary Bauer having to tow, looks like. Or not. No, Truex's car is definitely screwed up right now. I believe I saw Tyler Graff getting a piece of that. Nope, Nate Dean. And for those of you who have seen our broadcasts in the past, we are going to this is the view out the back of Brad Truex's car. Yeah. Here's what Truex saw in car. So, best seat in the house for everything. See Paskowicz touch the apron there, move up the track, and there it goes. Just tagged. Nate Dean getting involved in that one. Getting run over from behind, it looks like. Tyler Vickery picking his way through that one. As we're going to go back to the live cameras here. So Whitaker, Olivas, Adams, Carpenter, Zerkit, Rice, and Byrne all staying out. Paskowicz going in, Llewellyn going in, Coburn, Osmer, Graff, all the usual suspects all going down pit road. So we had a decent run going, and you can blame me because I had the thought go through my head like, wow, we've actually got some clean stuff going on. And yeah, then all hell broke loose. I know I didn't say it, but the thought crossed my mind, and sometimes that's enough for the announcer's curse, so I do like to apologize, ladies and gentlemen. So as we watch Whitaker follow the pace car, you know, sometimes you wonder why I call people what I call them, and Terry Adams' nose wing is rather tweaked right now. I wonder how badly that's going to affect the setup on that car. But if you'll notice, Whitaker's car has a tie-dye scheme on it. There's a reason why I call him the world's fastest hippie. But the other thing we also call him is champ, because Mike Whitaker is the DW12 Season 1 champion, and currently showing why, as he is now leading the pack. Lights go out on the pace car, as we've got Whitaker and Olivas row 1, Terry Adams, Mark Carpenter row 2, Ray Zerkit, Tony Rice row 3, and Dominic Byrne, Kevin Paskowicz in row 4, and David Llewellyn and Jason Coburn rounding out your top 10. As the field works its way down the back straightaway, we're gonna.
User joined your channel.
Evening there, Tony.
And I hear a familiar voice as league owner and fellow Phenomenal Motorsports driver Alex Green joining us in the booth now. Alex, heard you got a little damp earlier today.
Oh yeah, the rain definitely
Definitely was coming down the track pretty good there. Martinsville was awesome. It looked beautiful under the lights. Best I've ever seen it. Only complaint I have is Denny Hamlet wrecking Chase Elliott there, but
Well, I'm
short track racing.
thinking that we should probably, as green flag comes back out, I'm thinking we should start a GoFundMe to send a gallon jug of lube to Chase and say that it was from the entire Joe Gibbs organization, considering this is the second time this season that he's been screwed out of a win by them. And they didn't even bother to buy him dinners. Terry Adams showing the way right now. It's good to see Terry up in front of one of these things. I'm not sure if you're actually in the session yet or not, Alex.
Not quite. I'm joining. I'm hoping it's going to let me have admin, but we'll find out.
It will, because I will give it to you.
Okay, I'm going to join as KP's spotter.
I was going to say you could either join as his or you could join as mine.
It was definitely a fun time. Kyle Busch got booed louder than I've ever heard. Really cool send-off to Dale Jr. Really fun time.
Fair enough. As we are currently working lap 12 with the teammates Adams and Whitaker nose to tail right now. Looks like Whitaker's just going to be content to ride behind his teammate and try to conserve a little bit of fuel. If I'm not mistaken, we're only good for about 25 laps.
I didn't even get a chance to run the setup this week.
Nor have I, because I'm still in the process of moving, and I still don't have my wheel set up. So, I guess we're going to find out. As Whitaker jumps up to that familiar high line, it's not uncommon to see Whitaker try to get that second groove to work in, as Mark Carpenter now takes over the number 2 slot. Terry Adams continuing to show the way. And that was a little pucker moment there. Jose Levis giving Whitaker plenty of room on the low side.
I will be right back, Tony.
You do so, as we are almost 3 wide for the lead, as Carpenter with a hell of a run on that third lane. Little early to be making that move, in my opinion, but that's just me. So, it's an all Pinnacle Motorsports 1-2 right now. As soon as I open my mouth, Jose Levis gets a run on Mike Whitaker going through the 3-4 complex. Adams, Whitaker, Olivas, Carpenter, Paskowitz, your top 5. As yellow is out again. Let's take a look at what took place there. And Carlos Plaza getting into, it looked like Tyler Vickery that he ran over from behind. That's going to bring out the caution there. We're going to go to Chase Cam and see what took place. No, that was Ronnie Osmer. So as we go back that replay up just a tick more, you see Plaza making some moves going through traffic right now. And just him and Osmer trying to occupy the same bit of real estate from the looks of it. Doing a great job to keep it up on the wall and out of everybody's way. Looks like Osmer trying to follow Tyler Graff and just didn't realize that Plaza had the run on him that he had. So,
what caused that incident?
Ronnie Osmer and Carlos Plaza made contact, and it looks like Plaza might not be in the sim anymore.
Yeah, he immediately disconnected. I can't make a ruling on that because I hadn't connected yet.
Well, that's what the race competition committee is going to be for post-race. As Bob Lacavara staying out to lead a lap there. I'm sure Brad Truex is probably just screaming at his computer right now as that basically is blocking him from getting the wave around. But Terry Adams winning the battle off pit road. Jose Olivas, Mark Carpenter, Mike Whitaker, Kevin Pasquich, Dominic Byrne, David Llewellyn, Ray Zirkett, and Tyler Graff rounding out your top 10. And while we have the time, I'm going to take a quick moment to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your temp to hire and contract leader in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, we ask that you go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So currently working lap 20 of 140. And Pinnacle Motorsports has definitely been on their A game tonight.
Yeah, definitely always good to see Bob and Terry Adams up front.
And Mike Whitaker was your pole sitter, so you know that's speaking volumes for the depth on that team. That you know, Bill Roberts has his own team together, and it speaks volumes for the gentleman that he chose to you know, put around himself on Pinnacle Motorsports, with defending DW12 Series champion, arguably one of the best driver coaches in all of sim racing, and arguably one of the cleanest drivers ever to log into an Indy Speedway League server, with Mike Whitaker, Terry Adams, and Bob Lacavara, you know, respectively. So I believe we are 2 to go. And did it make you an admin when you logged in, sir?
I'm sorry?
Are you in the session yet?
I am in.
Did it make you an admin?
I am an admin.
You are admin, okay. As the lights go out on the pace car, and we are ready to rock and roll again. So Bob Lacavara, Terry Adams, Jose Olivas, Mark Carpenter, Mike Whitaker, Kevin Pasquich, Dominic Byrne, David Llewellyn, Ray Zirkett, and Tyler Graff rounding out your top 10.
Trying to get him to tighten up a little bit here on the outside. Definitely Bob Lacavara in the best seat in the house there, and I think he's really glad to have Terry Adams right there behind him.
Terry's next to him.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
He's got the 2 rookies behind him, so I'd kind of be sweating bullets if it were anybody else than Jose Olivas, because Jose has basically not been involved in an accident of his own doing all season.
There was one involving that 30 car where he put him in the wall, but there is that. But we'll pretend that didn't exist. Okay,
so other than just desserts for... Oh, wait, no, that was you in the 30 car. Never mind. But anyways, Jose Olivas is definitely showing why he got the call up.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. He's one of the better ones in the sim. Bob Lacavara hitting it immediately, getting the start he wanted right there. Terry's going to get passed by the 87 on the outside. That inside line's just too much to go for right now.
Well, that's what we were noticing the first couple of restarts here, the initial start and then the restart after the first caution, was that the second line is you got to almost anticipate when whoever is inside of you is going to go.
Jose Olivas is going to remain pretty patient here, and there's forming up in the pack behind him. Whitaker leading the way for third.
Well, here's the thing with what you're seeing up front with that little breakaway with Lacavara and Olivas. Olivas has to know that Lacavara stayed out. And I don't know how many more laps Bob's got in the tank. As Whitaker getting that high side moving, the question is, when he gets to his teammate, is he going to have anything for him?
Temper's getting a little heated in the track. David Gervais and Johnny Antonucci exchanging some words.
And it's a little early to be that chippy with each other.
Oh yeah, I agree. Look at Whitaker trying to make it work at the outside. Now the question is KP going to help him or try to take the spot here?
Well, KP's got to worry about Mark Carpenter. Because Carpenter's been running towards the front most of the night. So, Lacavara continuing to show the way. The question is, how much more does he have in the tank? Because we're getting near where I believe the a green flag fuel stint would put you. Now, granted, we have had 2 cautions. This is something
I've noticed with Bob Lacavara. He'll take the early lead and he'll do exceptionally well, but he just seems to mismanage his fuel strategies a lot during the race, and it's cost him. He's a good racer. It's just he makes some questionable decisions on whether to stay out or not. I think he was hoping for an early caution, and given the early run, I think he was going to get him. But people are starting to calm down a little bit now.
I think they're figuring out that they can't be as chippy as they were as Whitaker dropped back a little bit. Looks like he's going into fuel save mode to try to get a fuel strategy going as we watch Paskowicz work his way up towards the front. Now, Paskowicz was involved in that early, the first incident that got into it with the 020.
There he is. He's trying to make a challenge on Jose, but the draft carried Jose through.
But the thing is, when you get up there next to the lead lap car or the leader, it's like running into a brick wall because there's nothing left to try to punch the hole with. As Olivas catches the apron and
contact.
Llewellyn goes into the wall. However, no caution, so we stay green.
Like
as we're watching this battle up front, you got Lacavara still showing the way, Paskowicz riding second, Carpenter in third, Whitaker's in fourth, and here comes Tyler Graff in fifth to the inside of Whitaker. So the old guard working with each other right now. It's Lacavara and Paskowicz running 1-2. And Mike Whitaker trying to help Mark Carpenter, it looks like. Apparently not by choice, as Graff makes an aggressive move to get to the inside of Whitaker again, using all that draft that's in front of him. Three wide for second right now.
Spots.
And Carpenter wisely backing out of it in the middle.
Tyler Graff just came over the radio saying, "Woo, that was ballsy."
True story. But, yeah, Carpenter apparently, and that's the one thing I love about this rookie class is that they do have that 5 pounds of gray matter 3 feet above their ass that works.
Bob Lacavara just called his pit.
And that is lap number 27 for Bob.
Going to hand the lead over to Kevin Paskowicz in the Mighty 7. Looks like Whitaker going to challenge on his outside, but really, how much is Whitaker going to challenge this early in the race?
I'm not thinking much because Whitaker knows that there's still 105 laps this time across the stripe left in this event. But Paskowicz running for PH Aware and the Mighty showing the way right now in his familiar purple, black, and white. you know, this is something that he's been struggling with most of the season. Is
KP has had some bad luck all season.
Very much so. Matter of fact, so have you, for that matter.
I don't want to talk about it.
you both had an awesome run going, and then just dumpster fire it.
Oh, a little bit of contact between the 7 and the 87, the 77 and the 87. I stand corrected. It looks like they're going to get through it just fine. Just a little touch of the pods.
A little bit of a crinkle in those winglets on the sides as Bob Lacavara coming back out on the back straightaway, getting ready to merge back up into traffic. So we're getting near where we're probably going to see green flag stops.
Something that's been rare all season. I still do, right before in this hot lap session, I will always run 2 to 3 laps and then do a practice run.
A hot pit.
Yeah, a hot pit, just to make sure, number 1, my pit crew's ready to go. Number 2, I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to do the same thing when I was an active driver with the league, and still do when I'm in the longer.
Little bit of a checkup. Looks like Ronnie Osmer. I don't know if he just got slow or what in the corner.
You're talking back in the pack then.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure who it was. It was the second pack from the leaders here.
That would have been...
Yeah, it's a 55. 55 and Dominic Byrne.
Yep.
They had a little touch. What I really like seeing here is the field's getting good and spread out.
And there's the announcer's curse. Get your hate mail going, folks. That's care of Alex Green, Roanoke, Virginia, P.O. Box 8675309.
That's awesome. I get it.
So,
well, in my defense, I just watched the announcer's curse happen to Chase Elliott.
True story. And
ooh, KP just warps.
And it's apparently back. He was having that problem right as the green flag flew, as KP has disappeared a handful of times. Mr. Race Control, you may want to just inform him of that.
I'm letting him know.
As he is now up to 33 blanks since the start of the event. I mean,
one thing I'm noticing that's different from this car in the 11s to the 12s is just how well these guys are holding the bottom.
And looks like Oliva's going pit side.
Yeah, the 77 called his pit, but then called it back. Dylan Moskowitz calling his pit. David Llewellyn calling his pit this time. Jason Colburn, Johnny Antonucci.
Looks like Whitaker going pit side as well.
Yep. KP going to try to trap these guys a lap down. It's smart strategy, if not a little bit risky.
It's always risky when you're trying to do that, because you want to see as many guys go a lap down as possible, and then the caution come out, but you just pray that you're not the cause of said caution when it does happen. And KP's going pit side this time.
KP going it down. A little bit too much speed on the apron there.
And Mark Carpenter with the big checkup.
Yeah, here they come.
Carpenter might get dinged by the CC on that one for a late pit in.
Who was that?
Mark Carpenter.
Yeah.
And that's going to hand the lead of the race over to Ronnie Osmer.
How many times have we said that this season?
Handing the lead of the race over to Ronnie Osmer?
Yeah.
More than I can remember.
Kevin Paskowitz stating he got a black flag.
Well, in his defense, Carpenter did push him into the grass going onto pit road. As looks like Graff and Carpenter coming out side by side.
Yeah, Kevin Paskowitz got caught with a black flag speeding.
We've all done that. There's Ronnie Osmer, and these guys are up to speed, so Osmer's going to slot in, looks like 4th or 5th by the time this is all said and done. As you got Carpenter showing the way, Tyler Graff looking to the inside. Isaiah Dupree is in that mix as well. And give P1 over to Tyler Graff. And Isaiah Dupree going to shuffle Mark Carpenter back again. So Graff, Dupree, Carpenter, and Osmer. It looks like David Llewellyn is a lap down, but still running with these guys. And Whitaker is currently in 5th, a second and a half off of this lead battle. And looks like David Llewellyn trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Dylan Moskowitz always cracking me up on the radio. All I hear is hell of a move and then balls deep.
Okay. Let's go and take a look and see what Mr. Moskowitz was referring to. Aha! They went 3 wide. And Whitaker just bombed it into turn number 3 and it stuck.
That's awesome.
So, yes, that would be...
Oh,
and there it is.
Who was it?
Dylan Moskowitz and Jose Olivas. Oh, crime in Italy. I went back live just in time to catch it. So here they are going into... oh, maybe not. It looked like Nate Dean may have had a hand in that one. Let's go to a... let's see what the chopper picked up.
I'm looking...
Here they are going into the corner, and yeah, Dean just caught the apron, pushed up, and Jose Olivas was there, and Moskowitz had nowhere to go. So, we'll back that up one more time. We'll follow.
I'm watching. It doesn't look like
it was a slight apron touch.
Yeah.
It was a slight apron touch going into the corner, and it just.
And he just caught the quarter.
Yeah, and he caught Olivas, and around she went. So you kind of got a feel for the rookie. And he towed. So, or did he tow? No, he's just blinking.
He did not tow.
He is... No, he towed.
Did he tow?
He towed. But, I believe that was a... Oh! Who was that just bombing it in there afterwards? Whoa. Isaiah Dupree catching a race car to the face. And looks like... Was that Truex?
What I'm watching now. Are you talking and the incident or going in the pit road?
No, I'm talking... If you follow Jose Olivas after the initial contact...
Okay.
It was...
87 got put good into the wall, and it was Tony Rice.
Is that Tony Rice?
Yeah, it was Tony Rice.
One of them's Tony Rice. Yes, that was Tony Rice. So, it was Tony Rice that had kind of nowhere to go and just blasted Olivas for a second time. He caught Brad Truax, so Truax going for a ride. And then we're going to watch Olivas come back down the track, and bang. The 25 catches him for a third time. So. And Bill Roberts just sneaking his way through there. We'll watch it again. This is in real time. As... Bang, there's Tony Rice. And here comes Gervais just destroying him. We're going to watch it now. Chopper cam on Truax. He sees the accident happen in front of him. He's slowing down and just just barely catches Tony Rice. And it looks like Truex is going to be our second park of the night as he has left the server. So Carpenter, Colburn, and Bill Roberts all choosing to stay out, and there's Bill in the familiar Pennzoil paint scheme that we've come to know and enjoy him driving. And Bill Roberts, of course, is the proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League. He also owns RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. And be sure to let him know that you're proud of him for being up in the top 5 with Pinnacle Motorsports. Having a pretty decent showing tonight.
2 rookies leading the way, Mark Carpenter and Jason Colburn. Bill Roberts, and of course you have Tyler Graff, the defending IR05 champion, and Ronnie Osmer, Evolution Racing. They are
an up-and-coming team.
Yeah, definitely a very up-and-coming team. Him and Tyler Vickery. Vickery is also a driver you can chalk in that bad luck category. Ironic after tonight driving the 24.
Heyo! Yeah, let's not talk about that because, yeah, reasons. I'm probably going to hear about it all day or all this week at work. So pace car in, Carpenter holding the field down, holding him down, finally pulling the trigger, and off we go.
Jason tried to pinch him a little bit at the start there. I think he was trying to maybe just
see where he was. Well, I'm thinking Jason was more just trying to see where he was because I believe Jason's only running one screen like the rest of us.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting I have 3. Jason's got to do something.
Show off.
He's got a side draft or something because he's going to get freight trained by that outside line if he doesn't. But the inside line, rather. And that's exactly what he's doing. You see him not leaving an inch between him.
And that's where it gets dangerous, is when you know you need to side draft, but knowing that the car that you're driving has a tendency to have bounding box issues, it gets sketchy, and it's a little early to be making that much of a move.
Gonna let him in line here. But he doesn't want it. He's going to try to draft off Tyler here and try to slingshot. Ronnie basically said, all right, I was trying to be nice, but if you don't want it...
Well, here's the thing. As far as what we've seen most of the season is you can side draft until you get to the leader, at which point you better have about a 5-mile-an-hour run on the leader by the time you get to their rear wing.
Jason Colburn taking the inside. He's going to get past Tyler. Tyler tried to make that run work, and he's paying the price for it. He
left the hole. Carpenter left a hole. Colburn tried to shove his way through it and thought better of it. Now trying to cross him over. These guys are getting chippy, and we are just past 100 laps to go. Actually, we'll be 80 to go this time across the stripe. Sorry, next time across the stripe, we'll be 80 to go. Carpenter, Osmer, Colburn, Graff, Dupree, Whitaker, Bouchard, Bauer, Roberts, and Moskowitz, your top 10. But these guys are just getting chippy as all get out right now. And I believe Mike Whitaker, your defending DW12 Series champion.
Jason not giving Tyler any room there. That was almost bad.
Well, I believe Whitaker is... there it goes.
There it is. Big wreck.
Kind of saw that one coming a couple laps back, didn't we? What in the blue hell? I've heard of breakdancing, but I've never seen a car do that before. Are you seeing what Mike Whitaker's car is doing, sir?
No, sir. I was watching the replay.
Oh, you're going to want to see this one. Go to Whitaker's car on the back straightaway. It's just spinning like a top.
Wow.
I've never seen one do that before. And we're going to vomit cam. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Whitaker's seeing. But let's get back to the there's Graf on the low side. Coburn trying to... Bill Roberts going on a ride, too. That was a borderline breakdance. Where the heck is Coburn? So we're going to go to the chopper cam on Coburn. Graf just pushed up, is what it looked like. You know, there's Coburn realizing Graf's there as they go through the tri-oval. Graf down low, Coburn in the second lane. Graf just ever so slightly grazes the apron. And then all hell broke loose. And I stand corrected, that was not Bill Roberts. That was Gary Bauer.
Yeah, that was Gary Bauer.
Oh, wow. That car is... So we had simultaneous breakdancing from two of the old guard in the league. Wow. I saw the yellow and wasn't sure who it was.
So that hands over the lead to Terry Adams. Bob Lacavara back on the lead lap. That's always good to see. Ray Zerkut and Mark Carpenter. Ronnie Osmond rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Terry Adams.
Lead lap.
Terry Adams back to the point. This is going to be the second time Terry's led tonight. Lacavara, Zerkut, Carpenter, Osmer. Good to see Ray back with the league too. Ray's been taking some time off for personal reasons.
Excuse me, real quick, Tony.
Go ahead, sir. But Zerkut back with the league, Mark Carpenter, Osmer, Bouchard, Moskowitz, and the Irish assassin Dominic Byrne coming back and playing, running the tricolor with the PH Aware on the side pod. So Team 3 Musket Beers. Unfortunately, it looks like Cody Eldred having connection issues tonight. So Dominic Byrne carrying the torch for Team 3 Musket Beers by himself tonight. So would like to remind everybody that this coming Tuesday we will be taking the IRO5s to Iowa. So for those of you who don't know what the IRO5 is, as Iracing puts it, the Dallara circa 2011. The old Indy Racing League car, the car that unfortunately Dan Weldon lost his life in just before they switched over to the DW12 that you're watching tonight. We will be going to Iowa Speedway for the, I believe it's the... I believe it's the Cornhole 150. And for those of you who don't know what Cornhole is, it's an awesome game in the Northeast. We just used to call it beanbags. 150 laps on Tuesday, Alex?
I believe so, yes, sir.
So, the Cornhole 150 on Tuesday for the IRO5s. And then we will be back there next Sunday with the DW12s for their own rendition of playing beanbags with Indy cars.
A week after next, we got the Pro Mazda starting back up.
Ah, yes, Pro Mazdas. The class that I have a love-hate relationship with. As Terry Adams wasting no time pulling the trigger, Bob Lacavara going with him. Those two are in the same team speak. Ray Zerkut getting a great jump on the inside. He's going to shuffle Bob back to third, it looks like, before we're done here.
Terry Adams got an amazing start there.
True story. And looks like Ronnie Osmer giving Bob Lacavara plenty of room. Osmer,
Ooh, the 55 using the apron.
he got forced down there, but he is giving the spots up. Discretion being the better part of valor. Bob Lacavara was looking for a hole, and just Osmer had the run and was trying to stay off of Bob, but Ronnie's doing the right thing by letting everybody go by him. Still plenty of racing left to do. It didn't look like there was any contact, so Osmer, jumping down there. And here comes the two rookies, Carpenter and Bouchard. The fresher tires, those are the first cars on fresh tires, as Adams, Zerkit, and Lacavara all stayed out under the last caution.
Terry Adams always has a habit of doing what's the safest for him on the track at any given time. I think right now the safest part for him is just sitting right where he's at.
Yeah, absolutely. Letting him get chippy behind him, and he pulled the trigger at the right time. Now the question is, when they go on the back straightaway, is he going to go towards the high side to give his teammate some draft? And it doesn't look like it is. He's just going to be protecting that low line. So Adams, Lacavara, Zerkit, Carpenter, and Byrne, your top 5 right now. As you see the tricolor of Dominic Byrne, the Irish assassin, back with the league. Good to see him back driving again. He took some time off because of some personal reasons. Then last week they had that hurricane that hit the Emerald Isle.
Oh yeah, they did.
So
Bob Lacavara, teammate, got his outside. Jason Coburn has hit the apron.
And Coburn is 3 laps down. After that little melee that took place earlier. And you see Coburn there up on the apron. Going to stay low for the leaders as they get ready to...
Strategy going on between Whitaker and Ronnie Osmer. Whitaker just came over the radio saying that he'll tow Ronnie back up to the field and then get out of his way. And Ronnie's like, yeah, I was going to do that whether you wanted me to or not.
True story. As it looks like David Llewellyn is back on the lead lap now.
Look at that. Looks such a good battle for the line right now. Mark Carpenter going to beat Terry out.
So give that one to Carpenter.
And he clears the 69.
He doesn't quite have him cleared yet. He might going into the 3. Yeah, now he has him cleared. Remind me never to have you as my spotter. Call it.
I've spotted for you a couple times.
No, you haven't. I've spotted for you.
Oh, that's right.
As Dominic Byrne working the low side as well. Terry Adams going to get shuffled back a little bit. We're getting ready to see the team of Adams and Lacavara have to take a green flag stop. As we saw, Bob was able to do 27 laps before it went bingo fuel on the back straightaway earlier. But
Dominic Byrne, our relative friend from across the pond, was supposed to be starting up the European ISL, but I believe that plans for that have fizzled out.
It's on hold.
Oh, okay.
It is on hold right now, but yeah, Carpenter and Byrne showing the way, and they're being chased down by a ton of the old guard with Lacavara, Llewellyn, and Adams getting shuffled back by Chris Bouchard right now.
What happened to Terry Adams?
I think he realizes that he's getting ready to. He's got 23 laps on his tires.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to get safely to where he can pit in and not kill everybody.
Now, see, this is what Dominic Byrne does best right here. He's so patient. He knows Mark Carpenter is going to let him have it eventually, and there's still plenty of time. You see him getting right behind Carpenter, getting that wind and trying his best to slingshot. I think what he's going to do here is he's going to try to get the run one more time, and he sees Bob Lacavara on that outside, and he's going to try to get that push, keep the draft going.
Well, the problem is he better hurry because Lacavara is almost bingo on fuel. and David Llewellyn's on a move right now. Llewellyn got caught up in that first melee, went a lap down, and now is on a mission to try to get back to the front. Currently running.
Yellow flag just came out, saved by the bell.
And who was it? Looks like Tyler Graff involved. The 25 of Gervais involved. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see what happened as Gervais catches more airtime than a skateboarder at the X Games. Terry Adams coming out of the pits. Graff, unfortunately, oh my.
Yeah, looks like Terry
just didn't realize he was 3 wide.
He merged back on the track. The merge was fine. He had plenty of room. The 77, Terry came up a little bit.
That's what I'm seeing. Is it? Let's go to the. You see Terry flash into frame. Terry holding that low line. And yeah, it just, they were 3 wide, and unfortunately, I don't think Terry realized it, as it just ended poorly. So here we are at half speed. You're seeing, you see Graff there in the black car, Ronnie Osmer in front of him in the 55. Osmer sees Adams merging, and it's Isaiah Dupree directly behind Graff. Graff, I don't think, knows Terry is coming up the track, as Isaiah holding the real high line, giving Tyler plenty of room. There's Gervais, there's Moskowitz, and yeah,
Vickery.
Or, I'm sorry, Tyler Vickery. Yeah, I said Vickery. The other one was Moskowitz. Wasn't it?
I think so.
Oh no, that's Tyler Vickery running the Apple car. No, you're right. So Gervais, Vickery, and unfortunately Tyler Graff getting involved in that one. And that was Bob Lacavara was sweating bullets, I can guarantee you that, because he needed that caution. And that's going to leave him in the top 5. So right now, there's Mark Carpenter in the looks like Petronas painted car.
I called that one a racing incident because from where I'm looking, because I'm going to get the competition committee to look at that one, because Terry merged and Terry's merge was fine. I can't see anything wrong with the merge. And then Graff was trying to set up a run, and there was no way he could have seen Tyler Graff, or he could have seen Terry merge. And it just went from
well,
there.
he saw Terry, so he moved up, but he didn't give enough room, realizing Terry's going to be on cold tires coming out of the pits. So Terry held the low line, but he was running the outside of the low line, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was just a racing deal, man.
I'm with you on that one. But lights are out on the pace car. I got a couple of rookies up on the point, Carpenter and Bouchard. Excuse me. Then you got Dylan Moskowitz and David Llewellyn, Kevin Paskowitz, Bob Lacavara, Ronnie Osmer, Johnny Antonucci, Bill Roberts, and Isaiah Dupree rounding out your top 10. As we are 60 to go. Going to be 59 to go this time across, or when they take the green. Kind of got to wonder what's going to happen with Bouchard and Carpenter. There hasn't been much love lost between those two this season, so kind of got to wonder what kind of shenaniganry is going to be played here on the restart. Field's working its way through the 3-4 complex. Pace car takes the hard left into the pits. And Carpenter holding him down until the green comes out. Here we go. And Bouchard immediately drops down behind him. And Brad Truex coming out of the pits. I believe that was Truex. Don't quote me on that.
Good push by the rookies. Bouchard bumping the 37. We know how that goes in these cars.
If you're not perfect with it, it ends poorly.
Bouchard using the age-old adage of if you can't pass him, worrying the crap out of him. And finally, Carpenter almost gives up the inside line.
Well, we've seen Bouchard use that tactic before, where he'll push somebody deeper into the corner than they really want to go, and they push up the track, and he'll just cross them over. But
he'll just worry the daylights out of you. Trust me, I've had it done to me. It's his style of racing. That's what he does best.
Easiest way to solve that problem is just turn the mirrors off.
Oh, that's what he uses the bump for, to make sure he knows you're still there.
True story. But Mark Carpenter
Llewellyn on the outside.
Llewellyn getting shuffled back. I don't believe one of us is live. And
I'm live.
Llewellyn getting shuffled back on the high line then.
Oh. Yeah. I have most exciting, so it just switched to it. Dylan Moskowitz trying that high line. Didn't work out for him either.
Almost into the marbles. But David trying to make up for that early oops that he had, where he went a lap down, getting caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. And you see Paskowitz working with Osmer there for fifth. As Isaiah Dupree sticking his nose in, you can just see Dupree in the teal and white car back there.
Who was that stopped on the apron?
It wasn't stopped. It was David Gervais. Apparently he's running into that glitch where it's burning his fast repair, but it's not fixing the cars. We are 3 wide for fifth. And Paskowitz wisely backing out of it. So that was a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment. Llewellyn trying to get that high side to work. And Moskowitz just barely giving him room. Oh, Moskowitz catching
with that apron.
He just flirted a little too hard as we are now 3 wide for fourth.
I think the apron turned down his proposal on that one.
That would be a drink to the face, sir. Oh, get your hate mail coming, folks. But Carpenter continuing to show the way as we are closing in on the 50 to go mark. Will be 50 to go this coming time across the stripe.
Is out.
Oh, what happened? Who's not up to speed?
It had to be towards the back of the pack.
I'm trying to find it. I'm not seeing...
37 got into the 87, is what I'm being told.
The 37 got into the 87?
Yes.
The 37 was the leader.
I'm sorry, the 31.
Well, that would explain the wing all crinkled to poo.
Good news is, looks like Jose saved it.
How, I have no idea, but that was a amazing save by Jose Olivas in the 87. As we're watching the replay again here, watch the, there it goes. How he didn't hit another car or the wall, I'll never know. Let's see what that looked like from the chopper. Here they are coming across the stripe. I'm not even sure how to call that one because Jose did catch the apron.
I called it on the 87 for an apron touch.
Well, if you look, you see Coburn in the 31. That's the blue car on the high side.
Excuse me, I gotta get my dog in apparently. Be right back.
Okay. It's... I'm not sure about that one. He's race control, I'm not, so it is what it is. And that's why he gets paid the big bucks. And I'm just a lowly announcer. I digress. So, Bouchard winning the battle off pit road. Llewellyn, Carpenter, Osmer, Dupree, Moskowitz, Antonucci, Paskowitz, Byrne, and Lacavara rounding out your top 10. And you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So inside 50 to go. Tony Trapasso and Alex Green up in the booth with you tonight. Chris Bouchard showing the way. Looks like getting ready for another long green flag run, trying to save as much fuel as he can, make the lap as short as possible.
All right,
Not
I'm back.
quite pace car speed. I believe pace car speed is 70 around here. So quite a ways off the cars in front of him. And I believe that's Bill Roberts getting ready to get the wave around. No, Tyler Vickery and Gary Bauer. As lights go out on the pace car. Making sure that I am live. So Chris Bouchard, David Llewellyn, Ronnie Osmer, Mark Carpenter, Dylan Moskowitz, Isaiah Dupree, Kevin Paskowitz, Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, and Dominic Byrne, your top 10. Closing in on 40 to go. We will be taking the green at 45 to go. So far so good. Knock wood. It's been an interesting race. It's been relatively. There's been a lot more give and take this week than there was last week. And that's the one thing I've noticed, Alex. And let's see if Bouchard continues the same thing that he's been doing on restarts, where as soon as that pace car starts to twitch, he buries the hammer. There goes the pace car, and there goes Bouchard.
Llewellyn immediately go to the inside, cut the nose off Carpenter. Wow.
That was that could have ended poorly. That could have ended very poorly.
Bouchard's pretty glad it happened, because as opposed to hitting the gas, it looked like Llewellyn immediately just turned left to just block the inside.
Well, Llewellyn's been doing this long enough that he knows that that outside line is not where you want to be. Because for some reason, these cars do not like that second lane at this track. And there's contact. Left the door open. Osmer had the run. Llewellyn just slammed it in his face. expect harsh words, and
Ooh.
there's the dumpster fire. Bill Roberts involved in that one. Let's back it up and see what did take place there. I believe it happened in front of these guys.
The 4 is claiming it.
The 4 is claiming it. Well, that's... Yeah, because it definitely happened in front of these guys, so... Here they are going down the back straightaway. This is leading into what happened. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out. Moskowitz catches the apron. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
All I saw from my view was Dominic coming right up onto the track. Who hit him?
Everybody.
Oh. There was just nothing anybody could have done there.
Yeah. So let's watch from the chopper cam. This is
Llewellyn stays out. Chris Bouchard goes in.
well, you see, wow, it just happened so quick. And Carpenter just gets the hip check from Moskowitz, and Byrne catches a piece of it and goes over. Watching it with Byrne here, Tyler Graff turns him back up the track. Terry Adams and Bill Roberts just having both nowhere to go and just plowed. That's one of those thank God this is a simulator moments, because that would have been 3 airlifts to the hospital had this been not a simulator. So Llewellyn staying out, Moskowitz staying out, Lacavara staying out, Chris Bouchard going pit side, Dupree, Osmer, Paskowitz, Antonucci, Dean, Vickery, your top 10.
And Moskowitz is to bring it down to serve that penalty.
Okay.
Cause of the caution.
Right on. So that's going to hand 10th place over to Terry Adams, who was able to limp it back to the pits. As we see Whitaker taking it pit side finally. So we will be 40 to go this time across the stripe. And David Llewellyn has battled his way back from 1 lap down. Bob Lacavara has run up front most of the day. Chris Bouchard's run up most of the day. Ronnie Osmer has come from the back to the front a couple of times. Kevin Paskowitz has gone from the back to the front a couple of times. Johnny Antonucci, I usually end up saying this at least once a race. Where did Johnny Antonucci come from? He's kind of that silent, just sneaks up on you and you go, where the hell did he come from? And there he is in the top 10. So good on you, Johnny. Nate Dean, Tyler Vickery, and Terry Adams back in the top 10. So good to see Terry back up there. As lights go out on the pace car, we will be 40 laps to go right now. Bill Roberts just barely beating the pace car out of pit lane.
Oh, sorry, wrong shot.
And please remember that race control is no longer allowed to confirm or deny damage to a driver's car.
10-4.
But Llewellyn going to be Watch the cagey old veteran on this restart. David Llewellyn, one of the best restarters in the league. Let's see what type of restart he's going to get here. Driving for Team Booze Brothers tonight. So you got Booze Brothers, Pinnacle Motorsports, Bouchard Motorsports, and Evolution Racing. Your top 3 rows, and then you got Paskowicz for Phenomenal Motorsports.
Pace car is off.
Pace car is in.
Llewellyn gets bumped and then goes by Bouchard, the rookie getting a little impatient.
Well, that's not the first time we've seen Bouchard try to pull that move. And David waited until the car settled before he pulled the trigger. And I think it caught Bob Lacavara off as Bouchard and Paskowicz and Lacavara almost touched going into turn number 3. Bouchard definitely impatient as you know, this is one of those deals where he's an aggressive driver, and apparently he didn't want to wait as long as David did, but unfortunately David had control of the field.
David had his own thoughts about the matter.
And it's not the first time we've seen it happen. As a matter of fact, I believe it was Kevin Paskowicz got turned with that happening one time. But
Here we go again. Bob Lacavara going outside.
Well, you've got the 2 guys on the old tires working with the guy on the new tires right now. With Llewellyn 13 laps into his stint, as Paskowicz having connection issues yet again. So Llewellyn 13 laps into his stint, Lacavara 13 laps into his stint on the high side.
KP has disappeared.
And Bouchard on the low side. And Kevin Paskowicz just had a throughput. So right now that drops him to 12th, 1 lap down. Sorry, 13th as Jose Levis currently still running on the track.
And the string of bad luck just continues for KP.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's a rough one. I'm almost thinking we need to put him back in a green car. Because he was having better luck in a green car than he is in the purple car. So Llewellyn, Bouchard, Lacavara, throw a blanket over those 3. Then you've got half a second back to Ronnie Osmer, who's battling it out with Isaiah Dupree. And that's your current battle for 4th, with Johnny Antonucci on the high side, now slotting in behind Dupree. Antonucci and Adams trying to get that high line to work. So that battle for 4th really starting to heat up right now. As we are within the magical 35 to go, where all the happiness starts.
Everything happens, yep.
And there it goes. Get your hate mail coming,
Big
folks.
time car in the wall.
That was Johnny Antonucci getting a nerf by Isaiah Dupree.
No caution.
He kept it going.
Looks like he's still going to maintain space, so he's at least going to be able to get at the pit road.
Well, he's going to stay off the racing line from what it looks like. Let's go to a replay of that. And you see it here. Just Dupree held his line. Johnny tried to slot in. Didn't think... probably thought Isaiah was going to go lower than he did. So, unfortunately. As the leaders flash by, Antonucci staying below that line. And we are about 10 laps from David Llewellyn and Bob Lacavara having to pit.
Yeah, and they're probably hoping for that caution now.
Absolutely. As Llewellyn's got Bouchard all over his transmission tunnel right now. Bouchard... I don't think we've had a rookie come in that's been that aggressive.
No, not for a while. I mean, it's his style.
And they haven't lasted. Those that have before haven't lasted.
Names do come to mind that did not last.
They who shall not be named.
But Bouchard, I think the difference between them is Bouchard knows when to tone it down, and he's doing that now. You can see him kind of backing off Llewellyn. Like I said, his whole strategy is to worry the death out of Llewellyn, and it often works in the favor. He tries to force mistakes as opposed to waiting for him to make it its own.
Absolutely, but the problem that he's going to run into is David Llewellyn rarely makes mistakes, and when he does, he takes everybody with him.
Yeah, that is true.
And I don't mean that in as negative a way as it probably sounds, but if you're near David when a mistake happens, you're coming with him to the pits.
David Llewellyn's last win, if I'm reading my results correctly, came in Season 1, IRO 5. Caution is out. Season 1 IRO 5 in the second Indianapolis race.
True story. And Dominic Byrne is upside down. Let's see what happened there as we see him still flipping through the air. So we're backing it up a little bit more. Catches the wall. A couple rookies around him.
No contact. He just lost it.
Let's go to the chopper there. Now, follow it into turn 1. And a little bit of contact with Jason Coburn. It looked like a bounding box issue. But that's, you know. Let's back that up again. Watch Coburn in the blue car. You see Byrne in the tricolor. Just no quarter given.
Yeah, I mean they were close, but that's contact, and I don't think that would have been inevitable contact. I think Jason would have held it there.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Here we are at half speed. You see Byrne brush the wall coming off of 4. So that kills a lot of his momentum down the front straightaway. You're going to see the blue car appear in the screen on the left side. There's Coburn coming into view. We are at half speed. Yeah, it wasn't until the bounding box issue that Dominic got actually tagged. It was after the bounding box, so.
Yeah, but that was after the...
Right, no, what I'm saying is the bounding box issue sucked the back of his car into the track. So, something for the competition committee to maybe look at. But, yeah. And that's going to hand the lead of the race over to Ronnie Osmer. Ronnie Osmer, Tyler Vickery staying out. David Llewellyn winning the battle off pit road. Then we have Chris Bouchard, Isaiah Dupree, Bob Lacroix as Osmer, and Vickery both bring it down pit side. Coburn going with them.
So like Ronnie Osmer opting to pit.
So, well, the thing is, we're getting near where you could make it from here.
With a little bit of help, yeah.
We're at 23 laps to go right now.
What's a fuel run in this car?
Just over 23 laps.
If you're in the shoes of David Llewellyn right now, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm going to Texas the start and pray that Bouchard gets a black flag.
Is David in here? Can we pull him for a quick interview?
Go ahead. He'll be up in the Booze Brothers chat.
Yeah.
David
Llewellyn, Alex up here in Boothin and Race Control. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
So we're both kind of wondering what kind of strategy you're going to be playing on this restart.
Just go like hell, like I did last time.
Are you good on fuel, or are you going to be close?
I'm going to have to make one more stop, but I think everybody is.
24 to go. You can make just about 27 laps, as we saw Bob Lacavara do twice so far.
Yeah, but that's if you're in back in 6th gear. I'm out front.
True story. Well, lights are going out on the pace car, David. Best of luck to you, and we will hopefully talk to you in about 25 laps.
Hopefully, if all goes well.
Good luck, David.
User was moved out of your channel.
David Llewellyn hoping to break the dry streak. When the name David Llewellyn comes to mind, and the terms back when we were still the ISSL, the IndyCar Super Speedway League, I'll never forget him coming out of the chase. I believe it was 3 laps down at Michigan, coming back and surviving to make the win.
Well, I remember at the win you're talking about at Indy. Or no.
That's right. You're right. I think
yeah,
it was Indy.
it was the win at Indy.
It was Indy.
2 laps down, unlapped himself the hard way both times, did not get a lucky dog, and won the damn thing. So there's no doubt that David Llewellyn is one hell of a driver. But like you said, he's had a dry spell. He's holding him down. There they go. Finally pulls the trigger. Green flag comes out. Bouchard had a nose ahead at the line, though.
Chris Bouchard going to try to make it work on the outside. Understands he's going to need a little bit of draft.
Live and let slide job as Llewellyn just chops his nose off. And here comes Bob Lacavara and Mike Whitaker, the teammates on the high side, trying to get it to work.
Man, how special would it be if Bob Lacavara got his first win in the ISL after 3 seasons?
Well, how about Terry Adams? We're still waiting on him to do the same thing, and Terry's running in the top 5 right now as well.
Gary Bauer sitting a little bit middle of the field, but he's hoping for one more caution. You want to talk about adding to the bad luck crew, Gary Bauer is definitely there with them. Gary Bauer, as hard as it is to see, Mr. Front Row himself does not have a win in the ISL.
True, very true, and that is actually a surprising statistic. I thought Gary had one in the first season, but apparently I'm wrong on that. But meanwhile, right now up in front, Llewellyn and Bouchard just lockstep right now. As looks like Lacavara and Whitaker trying to work together, and Whitaker into the wall.
Holding it up there.
What on earth happened to Whitaker? Looks like he had a panic mode. Almost ran into Chris Bouchard. Didn't want to do that, and just ate the wall to avoid the contact with Bouchard. So, that's one of those situations where it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. One of you is eating the wall, and Whitaker decided to jump on that landmine himself, which is why I'm proud to call him our season 1 champion, because he does run as clean as absolutely possible at all times. So good on you, Mike Whitaker. Sorry to see your race end that way, but it is what it is, as we are
the top 5 all in line here. David Llewellyn wants to keep them that way.
David Llewellyn wants to keep him that way, but I don't think it's going to work. As Whitaker, you see him coming out of the pits now. And Bouchard now has to deal with both Tyler Graff and Ronnie Osmer. And Isaiah Dupree.
There from the 83 on the 77.
That would be the 93 of Isaiah Dupree.
And teammates, he's got to deal with an LR. Sitting in the top 5, and they're not going to go easy.
Dupree's not NLR, bud.
Still old teammates. They may as well be.
Yeah, exactly. As
a little bit, Tyler Graff pushed off. He's lucky Ronnie let him have that.
Well, I think Ronnie saw it coming, because Tyler was down flirting with the apron to begin with. And these guys are definitely getting chippy as we are closing in on 10 to go. We're not there yet. We're currently 20. Sorry, it'll be 13 to go this time across the stripe.
David Llewellyn, not even 10 laps ago, said he didn't think he was going to make it on fuel. I don't think he has much of a choice right now.
And he's going to have to try to run it bingo because these guys are just so chippy behind him. If you pit, there's no way you're getting it back. So you kind of have to gamble on it. $12 to go. Llewellyn still showing the way. Bouchard, Graf, Dupree, Osmer, Lacavara, Dean, Adams, Vickery, and Antonucci, your top 10.
They're all single file. Everybody's staying patient right now.
Only the top 9 are on the lead lap.
Tyler Graf coming over the radio. He's like, Bouchard, we got to try something.
I think Bouchard's in fuel save mode right now. Because like David said...
Caution is out, and that changes everything.
Terry Adams into the wall. Let's see what happened there.
Oh, man, I hate that. Apron touch. Apron touch. He was slow. Got ran over. That is...
the 25. Terry just had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Terry just had absolutely nowhere to go. You know, and that's a tough break for Terry. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, let's take a look at the chopper on that one. You see Gervais in the red, yellow, and black car. Adams in the blue side pods car behind him. Just caught the apron and just up the track it went. And Terry, there was no way Terry could have avoided that one. So, again, tough break for Terry, but now you got to think everybody is going to be saving as much fuel as possible right now.
Big time. Tyler Graf said right before the caution came out that they had to try something, him and Chris Bouchard. Well, now the game has completely changed. Tyler Graf is sitting.
He's going to be sitting as Jose Olivas goes flashing around to get one of his laps back. So Llewellyn's going to be starting up on the pole. Bouchard's going to be on the outside of row number 1. And then you've got Graf starting right behind David Llewellyn. I hope I'm wrong on this, but for some reason I'm seeing this end poorly in my mind. So definitely going to be an interesting one, as looks like we're going to get the restart with 7 to go. Currently working lap 133, now crossing for 134. And lights are still on the pace car. We are currently working the 9th caution, currently 36 laps into under yellow. Chicagoland Speedway in lovely Joliet, Illinois is Iracing version. If you like the action that you're seeing on the track, we do ask that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to get on the track with the Indy Speedway League, we do ask that you go through the Thursday Night Icebreaker Pro Mazda Series. which will go live every Thursday night. Coming up, I believe we're restarting the season this week or next week, Alex.
We were originally going to shoot for the week after Halloween, but we're going to need a full solid week of recruitment.
Okay, so 2 weeks. So the week after, the first week in November is what you're saying. First full week of November. So go ahead and drop your Iracing screen name down below. We'll be sure to get that to Alex. Of course, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. As the lights go out on the pace car, we are going to get the green with 6 to go. David Llewellyn up on the point. Look for the teammates, or not, well, former teammates now, Graff and Dupree, to try to make something happen there as they're starting in row number 2. And you got Osmer and Lacavara in row number 3. So, going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Pace car is off. Llewellyn needs the start of his life here.
Holding him down. Green flag finally comes out. Llewellyn finally pulls the trigger.
But Bouchard got the jump.
Well, the green flag came out before Llewellyn pulled the trigger. So, and that was the one thing that David was looking to do, is hold the guys down and not, as Tyler Graff makes the move to, get up onto the point, David was trying to not let these guys get a run on him.
Bouchard coming over the radio just after. Oh!
What on earth was that? We're going to go to a chase cam.
They didn't touch.
You're seeing things then.
He didn't, at least in the box view.
What box view?
Oh, sorry, I'm in the custom camera pack.
Yeah, don't do that. Because I'm watching a chase cam, and we're following David right now. And it looked like there was contact. So
I'm looking in chase. On my screen, I don't see contact.
Well, here we are coming out of turn number 4 on the stream. Tyler gets a run on him coming through the tri-oval. They flash across the stripe there. Tyler peeks out. David's still on that low line. And then comes up into the second lane just to try to get an arc on the corner. And Tyler's already there. And we were watching that at half speed. There was contact.
I don't see it on my end. It's just, I mean, I have it stopped.
And just trust me when I tell you there's contact.
I'm going to leave it to the competition committee because I don't want to make a call based on what I can't see.
Fair enough. There was contact. The question is, whose fault? That's the part that I can't figure out because, Tyler's pinching down, David's pinching up. It's kind of, two vultures trying to occupy the same piece of real estate at the exact same time. But it's going to hand the lead of the race over to Ronnie Osmer. That's if we go back to green. And therein lies the question, because we are now 2 to go. And I don't think we're going to see green again. So Osmer with a nose out in front of Bouchard when that caution did come out. Isaiah Dupree sits in third. Nate Dean in fourth. Tyler Vickery in fifth. Bob Lacavara running in the top 6, so good to see Bob up there. Jose Olivas, after getting punted early, getting his lap back, currently running in the number 7 slot, so good to see Jose back up there. Johnny Antonucci back on the lead lap. The last car actually on the lead lap. Dylan Moskowitz 2 laps down in 9th. Bill Roberts running out your top 10 currently. So good to see a top 10 run out of Bill. Gary Bauer sitting in 11th. Mike Whitaker, Terry Adams, Tony Rice, David Llewellyn, Dominic Byrne, Tyler Graff, Jason Coburn, and David Gervais. The last car still running. Early retirements from Kevin Paskowitz in 20th, Mark Carpenter, Ray Zirkit, Brad Truex, and Carlos Plaza. And Cody Eldred did not start due to connection issues. So, currently working lap 140, and the lights are still on the pace car. So, where is he hiding? I don't see him. There he is.
User was moved to
So,
your channel.
joining us in the booth now, Ronnie, second win of the season. I'm sure this is not the way you wanted this to happen.
Any true racer wants a race to finish under green to win it, but wins come as they do. I'm going to accept it.
Now, did you see what took place to bring out the caution?
Pretty much, I faked out Bouchard, got to his inside. I was behind Llewellyn and Graff. Going into turn 1, I thought Llewellyn came up, I thought Graff came down, and they just both made contact and wrecked.
I would have to kind of agree with you on that one, Ronnie. But so second win of the season. You've got one on the short track. You got one on mile and a half, and then we're going to Iowa starting Tuesday. I believe you've got a love-hate relationship with that track, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a track I love to race in the K&N cars. I haven't really ran it ever in Indy cars, but if I can get 3 in a row at it, I'll be happy.
All right. Well, so back-to-back wins for Osmer with Evolution Racing. Good to see you. Able to pick up kind of where you left off last season with sending that message that you're going to be one of the guys to beat. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the DW12s, you're the only guy with more than one win.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
So,
first repeat winner of the year, I can confirm with the unofficial points I've kept updated. I need to. I'm really behind, so I'm gonna get that updated tonight probably.
All right. So, Ronnie, we'll let you get back and celebrate with your team, and we will look forward to seeing you starting Tuesday at Iowa in the IR05s.
All right,
yep,
thanks a lot,
good
guys.
one there, Ronnie.
Thank you.
User
All
was
right.
moved out of your
So,
channel.
where
I got him.
You got him.
User
Joining us up in the booth now, we have the 28, our runner-up, Chris Bouchard, rookie, continuing to impress here in the ISL. Chris, I know that's probably not how you wanted it, but tell me what you saw in front of you there.
Well, right before Tyler got side by side with him, I told Tyler, okay, now it's time to go. And I went up right behind him, and in hindsight, I kind of wish I was on the bottom because I was going to win it. But what I saw was a little bit negative. It kind of sucks that the race has to end like that, but I'll take second.
You know, I commented on it a couple times during the broadcast, and I think you'd probably get a kick out of it. Right before the caution came out the first time in the last 10 laps, Tyler's going, all right, Chris, we got to do something here, and you're like, and you kind of just blew him off. And then, caution, we start going green again, you see Tyler like, all right, yeah, now we got to do something. I just thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I just figured we can't win it with 11 laps to go when the caution came out, so I just felt like it was a little too early, and right then I was still a little bit short on fuel, so that caution actually saved me from finishing the race, so
All right.
I was just really close.
So, Iowa coming up this coming week. Tell us your feelings about going to the Midwest on that one.
To be honest, right now I'm kind of up in the air on running that week because I have to be at a race Saturday night, and I don't want to have to hurry home to make this race. So I think I may just use a drop week this week, just to keep a little stress down on me.
Understandable.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Chris, you've had a pretty good season so far. Is there anybody you want to thank on the broadcast before we send you on your way?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sports Diesel, Lucas Oil Racing TV, Race for Autism, Ford Power Stroke, Josh Hughes, Racing Fabrication, all the people who support me behind this. I'm still looking for someone that could help me do my math work on the fuel during the races, so I kind of need a spotter for that. So.
Sim racing apps.
No, he's talking real life.
Oh.
Yeah, I currently use Texas Instruments fucking sorry for my language calculator right next to me.
All right. Well, you're talking in your sim racing?
Yeah, to calculate math. I use my calculator.
So you're talking real life.
My actual calculator.
For your real life racing or for your sim racing?
For the sim racing, the real life racing, we don't really worry about fuel. We just
don't log off. I'm gonna get with you in a chat after the broadcast is over, so don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna go use the bathroom real quick. So.
Yeah, fair enough. It's gonna be a couple more minutes, but congratulations on the podium finish, Chris. These are becoming quite commonplace for you, and looking forward to see you in victory lane again sometime, hopefully later this season. So we'll throw you up in main gate in the post race drivers meeting.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, let's go ahead and pull Isaiah.
User was
And
moved out
number
of your
93.
channel.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Isaiah Dupree, rounding out your podiums. Izzy, I know that's probably not the exact finish you were hoping for, but points are points, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll take points. I just wish the setup would have been able to drive. But I guess that's all I'm going to really comment on that situation.
So I did want to ask you, since we asked the other ones, what did you see in front of you?
I saw the setup holding the bottom line, and the only way you can get around anyone is if you pinch them all to hell. And I guess there was a little bit of a gap, and I saw both of them go up into the wall. So.
Alrighty. Well, anybody want to thank before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for sitting out here in the broadcast booth tonight, and thank you, Alex, for race control, my sponsors, Hutchins Lawnscaping and Cisco, and everybody back at NLRT3.
All right. So Iowa this coming week. Are you looking forward to the Midwest or no?
Yeah, hopefully I can get another lap the entire field somehow with 2 to go again.
Yeah, nice. I was waiting to see if you remember doing that last season or not.
That's all I remember at Iowa.
So definitely you've got to be looking forward to Iowa. that was definitely one of your better races last season. Definitely a dominating performance, and we're looking forward to seeing what can take place this season because we've got that new crop of rookies that are nipping at your heels, bud.
Yeah, man, they're definitely here right now. Won more races than me this year, so.
Well, I mean, if you take a look at the top 5, it's Ronnie, who ran with us last season, you, who ran with us last season, and then you've got Bouchard, Dean, and Vickery. So 3 rookies in the top 5, 4 rookies in the top 7.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, these rookies are definitely, some people you're going to have to keep your eyes on, bud. So, we're looking forward to seeing how you can do this season. If that catching the field a lap down with a handful of laps to go is, going to happen again, or if the field's going to kind of pay more attention to your fuel strategy this time. So we'll see you Tuesday night, Isaiah, and best of luck to you, sir, and congratulations on the podium tonight.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Well, Alex, we got another one under our belts. If I'm not mistaken, you are or are not going to be on the track on Tuesday.
Out of your channel.
Oh, I plan to get back at it. Season's not been going the way I wanted it, but keep telling myself it's going to be the next week, and I go out in full intentions of winning Iowa next week.
Well, you had a strong run there last season in both series, if memory serves me correctly.
Not the 11th. I actually got in. I had the pit start because I got in super late because a cow was in my horse pasture. It's a long, weird story.
Cow was in your horse. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that excuse in racing ever.
The neighbor decided they didn't want a cow anymore, so they just threw it in there with my horses, and that became a big issue that made me late for my race.
Okay.
The 12s. I must not have done too bad because I don't remember it.
Yeah, no, you. If I'm not mistaken, you had your first podium of the season in the 12s. So, looking forward to seeing you get back on track with us. Thank you again for race controlling. Glad you enjoyed the real life race at Martinsville. You needed to get, out and relax a little bit.
Oh, most definitely.
But congratulations to Ronnie Osmer for taking home his second victory in a row, first repeat winner of the season in the DW12s. Definitely stating his case for why he thinks he's going to be the Season 2 DW12 champion. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes. You have been watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is the Midwest leader in temp to hire in contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. This has been Tony Trapasso on behalf of Alex Green, league owner and tonight's race controller. Bill Roberts, series sponsor, who we just received word did agree to sign on for next year. So thank you, Bill. We will see you Tuesday night, broadcast starting roughly 8:50 p.m. from Iowa Speedway in the IR05. So we will see you Tuesday night, folks. Best of luck.